Hello, and welcome to the History of the Railways, a podcast with the ridiculous goal of telling the story of the railways across the world. We'll be covering the people who made it happen, the rolling stock, the companies that were formed to organise it, and the technology, from the civil engineering needed to build the track, the locos that ran along it, and the signalling that controlled them. Obviously, that's a colossal topic, or several colossal topics, so I'm going to break it up into seasons that deal with specific time periods and geographies. We might change things as we go along, but my plan right now is that the first season will focus on the railways of Britain up to 1860. Then we'll do a couple of seasons covering Britain up to 1965 and the publication of Dr. Beeching's second report. After that, we'll go exploring around the world. At the moment, I'm thinking that the US or India will follow Britain, but we'll see. If you've got an opinion, then be sure to let me know. Just drop me a line at michael@historyoftherailways.com, which is also where you can get in touch with me for just about anything else. Or join the conversation on our Facebook page. To avoid each show being a dry list of facts and figures, I'll be focusing on the stories that bring the railway to life. The episodes will be broadly chronological, so if you listen to them in order, there should be a sense of the overarching development through time. On the other hand, I'm aiming for each one to be able to stand on its own as much as possible, so some of them are bound to overlap a bit. I'm going to do an occasional profile episode on some of the characters who've been particularly important or just plain interesting. Some you'll recognise, some you might not. In those shows, I'll usually concentrate on their contributions to the railways, that's why we're talking about them after all, but plenty of the key figures were active in fields outside of the railways as well, so I'm going to feel free to bring in bits from the rest of their lives, if I think you'll find them interesting. So, that's the plan. Why don't you come and join me as I get distracted, fascinated, and yes, even sidetracked by the captivating stories that make up the history of the railways.